Now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said earlier today that he was very optimistic that negotiators could reach a deal to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Rubio had met today with a delegation from Kiev in Geneva, and he said the issues that must be resolved were not insurmountable. Now, I want to hear from President Trump. He's got a 28-point proposal, but he has a number of provisions that Ukraine has previously rejected.
We're trying to get it ended. One way or the other, we have to get it ended. So are you willing to believer? Well, then he can continue. Then he can continue to fight his little heart out.
Josh, he said if President Zelensky rejects the plan, then he can continue to fight his little heart out, and he wants an answer from Kiev by Thursday.
Yeah, look, so based on what I've seen from this plan, Rita, the broad outlines of it are something that I could see myself getting behind. There's one thing that I'm less confident of, but Ukraine's going to have to give up territory. Okay, I've been saying that bluntly for at least 2 years now. Many of us have been saying that bluntly for years now. Ukraine is not going to gain back territory. And to this day, no one has put a credible plan on the table to show how Ukraine is going to, in a post-war world, how you can convince Russia to simply give up territory that it has actually acquired over the past couple of years. So that, to me, seems like a non-starter. You have the typical hacks in the left-wing media, the New York Times, MSNBC, the hardcore Slava Ukraine crowd. They're all saying, oh, my God, this is a Putin plan. They're giving away. Oh, no, I mean, Trump is a realist. He lives in reality. So that is what's going on here when it comes to some territorial concessions from Ukraine in the eastern Ukraine region of the Donbass, the Crimean Peninsula, and so forth. The part of the plan that I am not certain of yet, and it's going to depend on the details, is this NATO Article 5 style security guarantee. Now, the part that I think I could be willing to get behind personally is that, if I understand it correctly, there is a 10-year time limit on it for now. It's not a perpetuity commitment, if I understand it correctly, similar to NATO Article 5. However, if Russia were to actually then invade in the next 10 years, which they probably wouldn't, to be clear, if that guarantee were in place, but if they would then you're committing U.S. troops, British troops, French troops. I mean, that's potentially a very serious thing there, right? So I would like to hear more details about that before I offer it my enthusiastic support. But based on what I can see right now, I think that is clever, and it does, broadly speaking, map out with what I've been thinking a possible peace deal could look like for the past couple of years now.
Now, let's talk about the Epstein files. And House Republicans, including James Comer, have ordered Bill and Hillary Clinton to testify next month about their ties to the convicted pedophile. And he was a staunch Democrat as well, Jeffrey Epstein. We forget that. Josh, the Clintons' legal team has earlier this month said their clients were willing to make a written statement. What are the chances that they will actually appear and testify in person?
Oh, I think close to zero. I think they're going to plead the fifth until eternity, frankly, on this one. I don't think Slick Willie wants anything near a microphone when it comes to ask point blank, why were you on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, the Lolita Express, over 30 times? I don't think Bill Clinton will get anywhere near a microphone. Hillary Clinton has been making some of the media rounds here recently for God knows what reasons. I don't really know exactly what she's trying to do other than to maybe grift, get another multi-million-dollar book deal or something like that. But maybe there's a world in which Hillary could appear before the microphone because she just has an utterly insatiable appetite, even at this late stage of her feckless career, to sit before the cameras and preen. But I put the odds there pretty low as well, to be honest with you. I think they will plead the fifth. They will do some statement there. But your broader point is important. Jeffrey Epstein was a hardcore Democrat. He was a hardcore Democrat. He hated Trump, by the way. That's why he was texting Stacey Plaskett, the U.S. Virgin Islands Congresswoman, during that 2019 Michael Cohen hearing. He was literally texting her, get Trump talking points in real time. He despised Donald Trump because Donald Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, because Donald Trump became a very successful person without getting involved in horrific pedophilia and child sex trafficking operations, unlike Jeffrey Epstein there. So he was a hardcore Democrat there. And frankly, if Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and Ro Khanna, all these Democrats, had a morsel, an ounce of intellectual consistency there, they would be asking all of the questions 10 times as much when it comes to Bill Clinton as they are with respect to Donald Trump.
Absolutely. And Michael Wolff was also a vehement anti-Trumper. He said in a recent interview that Jeffrey Epstein believed that Donald Trump may have been the one who first alerted authorities to what was happening at his property, and he hated him ever since. So this whole narrative and the fact that he chucked him out of Mar-a-Lago back in 2008. But you mentioned Hillary Clinton. She does have an insatiable appetite for attention, and she did another appearance and she explained that she's been daydreaming about a goodbye Trump announcement.
You know what this reminds me of is I wish that there could be like a huge national sound system. And we would all wake up and they'd say, attention, attention, we have found the problem and we have solved it. He is gone.
She is still around, but is she still a force to be reckoned with? We hear from her a lot. We don't hear much from Bill Clinton these days. Why are these appearances happening? Do the Democrats think she still has some sway with the American electorate?
It's a very good question. I don't claim to fully understand the phenomenon myself. I've been subjected to the various tortures of watching the Clinton crime family do these interviews for my entire adult life, Rita, and I can't get them off my TV screen quickly enough. I suspect that there are many folks here in the United States who feel the same way that I do. Now, the Clintons were a famously moderate Democratic family. They have moved considerably far to the left as the party has moved further and further to the left just to try to fit in with the times. They must clearly think that Hillary offers something, I guess, superstar power, if nothing else there. I mean, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, I suppose to this day, are the two most famous Democrats alive, right? I mean, I'm not sure who else would be. It's definitely not Joe Biden, that's for sure. So, I mean, those are the two who I guess still offer some semblance of quote unquote star power. But look, Rita, I mean, the Clintons have been dealing with crimes here for almost a half century, literally going back to Whitewater in Arkansas in the late 1970s. I mean, there are so many skeletons in that family's closet. And I think as the American people especially start talking about Epstein a little more, a lot of this Clinton-related Epstein drama is going to start to percolate more and more to the surface there. So maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm a little Pollyanna-ish, let's say, but I think that there's a chance that the Epstein thing coming as front and center as it is about to come here in the United States could lead to Hillary entering stage left, and boy, could that not come soon and quickly enough.
That could just be wishful thinking there, Josh, but we'll watch and see. Josh Hammer, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rita.